The reef met the rocks in a huge ring. On one side were the worn gray rocks where the sea lions sat. On the other, harsh black rocks of, of the wild east coast. Inside the ring, the water was calm and light, clear, blue. The sea shushed in and out through a hole in the reef, but only the biggest waves could break over the top. It was the perfect place for swimming. You could float on your back because if you started to daydream, you'd bump your head on the reef before you floated out to sea. When you rolled over, you could watch seahorses and shells and open jaws of giant clams with polka dot fish racing through them. It was the perfect place to do a coconut experiment and find out how to make a raft for Alex Rover. So early next morning, Nim loaded up her wagon with coconuts. Fred climbed on the top and she towed them across the grassland because it was easier than towing a wagon across sand and rocks to Keyhole Cove. Selkie swam around Sea Lion Point and sat and barked for Nim to hurry up. But Nim got another load and another till she had 20 fat coconuts heaped on the rocks. Then she hurled them into the water one by one. The coconuts bombed and bobbled up. Selkie barked louder and louder. Fred got so excited that he dived in with the last one. Nim and Selkie jumped in too. There was still lots of room in the cove, even with 20 floating coconuts. Lots of room for Nim to float and somersault and stand on her hand, and for Fred to dash and dive, and for Selkie to swish and splash in the water through Keyhole Cove. When Selkie was bored with splashing, she grabbed Fred by the tail. It was Selkie's favorite game, but she was so big that Fred was so little that it really wasn't fair. Fred's leg whirled as he paddled faster and faster and harder, but he couldn't get anywhere. "Leave him alone, Selkie," Nim shouted. But it was hard not to laugh. And Fred sulked at the bottom of the cove where Selkie finally let him go. Just before sunset, Nim tried to phone Jack again, just in case he had forgotten. Just in case his phone had been broken, and now it was fixed. But there was no answer. It was 2 days since he'd phoned. If he didn't come back home tomorrow, she'd send a SOS, go and find Jack. Jack wouldn't want help, and she didn't want to send it. She walked up to the pool to fill her water bottle and pick more peas for dinner. He'll be home in the morning, she thought. Something will happen, and something did. A Frederick bird dived to swoop in for a drink from the pool, sticking out from his leg, and his leg band was rolled up with a piece of paper. It was easy to call Galileo if you had fish, but Nim didn't. "Come here," she said. "Come to me." The big bird teased and soared, turned and dived. He swooped over Nim. Nim, so low that his wings brushed her hair, and so slowly he could pull the letter out of the bin. "Dear Nim, I figure if I offer Galileo a fish, he'll let me post this letter for you. I had a fight with a freak storm. Storm 1. Took my satellite dish, a bit of my rudder, and a chunk of my forehead. Can't figure out if I've slept 1 day or 2. Don't send an SOS. It'll take me with a broken rudder to stop me from getting home. Love, as much as Frederick Birds loves fish, Jack." Nim ran all the way downhill, waving his letter one hand and the water bottle in the other. "Jack's okay," she sang, as she swung Fred in crazy jig around Selkie. "He'll be home soon." Then she wrote 2 letters. "Dear Jack, I was so happy when Galileo gave me your letter. I didn't really think you'd forget to come home, but I liked that better than some of the other ideas. I've been busy doing an experiment. I'll tell you about it when you get home because I have to write an email now. Love, as much as Fred loves coconut, Nim." Then to aka@incognito.net. From jack.russo@explorer.net. Date Thursday, 1st April 1830. 18:30 o'clock. Dear Alex Rover, today I started an experiment to find out how you can build your raft. I dropped 20 coconuts in Keyhole Cove to see how long they float. They won't escape unless there's a bad storm and really big waves. I hope there won't be. From Nim. She peeled a banana and dropped it into the piece of bread and sprinkled with fresh seaweed. One message sent the email box was screen to jackrusso@explorer.net. From aka@incognito.net. Date Thursday, 1st April 13:37 o'clock. Dear Nim, my hero would have been devastated, infinite, and depressed and sorry if his raft didn't float. What does Keyhole Cove look like? I picture a ring of black rocks just jutting out from the shore, stark against the blue sea, and bobbing ridiculously around this idyllic pool. 20 coconuts waiting to be a raft. The Coconuts of Keyhole Cove sounds like a title. With 1,000 thanks, Alex. Nim read the letter 3 times and made her feel warm and smiley, like finishing Mountain Madness. When Alex's rover described Keyhole Cove, it made her knew that the island and Nim too.